Person who helped save my life was Malcolm X. Malcolm X, before he spoke, said, "I intend to educate, enlighten, and inspire." So, that's always been my goal, is to educate, enlighten, and inspire. I usually hold back, no punches or anything like that. We're all adults here. But what I'm going to talk about is a historical review and factual discussion of your rights and the criminal justice system. I've been a lawyer for over 25 years now. I do major criminal cases here in Sacramento. You can come watch me, you can come see what I do at any particular time. I'm wide open to such things, especially individuals who care about the criminal justice system. And what I believe is you gotta know your history, because you gotta know where you're from in order to know where you're going. Brown versus Board of Education. A beautiful legal battle, and you should learn about it. It took about 9-10 years to get to the Supreme Court, where it was a 9-0 decision that said that school segregation would be banned. You see, those in the civil rights movement, and specifically NAACP's Legal Defense Fund, headed by Thurgood Marshall, they decided that we're gonna attack education in order to integrate. That will be the place where nobody can say, we are not equal, and we shouldn't provide equal education. It just happened to be the first battleground. And it was a time where white people could burn down churches, houses. They can pull you out your house, lynch you for no reason. There's no justice. It stands as history now, and history only. Because now we know we can integrate schools. And the only reason you do that is because of people like the Little Rock Nine. Education has always been the powerful tool. That's why it was denied for so long. And then we get up tomorrow, and tomorrow looks like yesterday, because of what I'm about to go into next. Injustices and the second civil rights movement. Because I gotta wonder, am I next? You know, what happens when I'm driving down the street and it's late at night, 2 in the morning, I'm not doing anything. I'm not dressed like this, and even if I was, so what? And what if I get into an encounter with an officer? Am I going to argue with the officer and explain, hey, I'm a lawyer, dude. What are you talking about? What am I supposed to do? How do I behave that's gonna keep me alive? Because if you walked out here and you just shot somebody, you're gonna be looking for me to defend you for murder. But if you walked out here and someone tried to shoot you and you shot back, well, maybe you're not guilty of anything at all, and we have laws on the books for that. And one thing we gotta ponder is, when a man or woman is unarmed, are they really a danger to your health? Are they a danger when you as an officer have a weapon, and probably more of you than the other person? So what justifies you to kill a person? Why couldn't you shoot them in the leg? Why couldn't you taser them? And although black men make up 6% of the US population, they account for 40% of the unarmed men being killed by police. Amazing. Let's talk about police-caused injuries. Harvard study. They looked at hospital emergency room data resulting from legal intervention, because that would mean that the cops got involved. The serious injuries by law enforcement increased 50% in a 13-year period. Black people were injured and sought medical treatment at a rate of 4.9 times higher than white. So what's next, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this isn't a wake-up call. Not for me, not for you. You know why? Because excessive force has happened before, and it will happen again. It'll happen tomorrow. But there is a rule in the criminal justice system. If you run from police, you're gonna get your ass whooped. Period. You run from them, something's gonna happen to you. And we watched that go down, and then we said, hey, let's prosecute these cops, right? Because obviously the evidence is there. And the jury said, nah, that's all right. They didn't do anything wrong. They probably were all just a little upset. That's all. And we did nothing. So what I'm gonna teach you is what I would teach anybody, Michael Brown, Gardner, anybody. Mario Woods, Laquan, it doesn't matter. You, tomorrow, a week from now. But your right to free speech should be here for all of us. You can say what you want to say, but there are consequences. And in my game, I'm going to tell you right now, you shut the hell up. When police officers and you encounter, there's no right. You have a right to talk, but you shouldn't. There are times when you shouldn't. And the Fourth Amendment is going to teach us this, because the Fourth Amendment of our Constitution was the right to be free from unreasonable searches and seizures in our homes, our cars, our person, and our things. Probation or parole is a waiver of this right. If you're on probation parole, you no longer have this right, and the wording is, a police officer may search you day or night with or without a warrant. The key is reasonableness. Now, reasonableness can be defined upon who the individual is, because here's what's reasonable. I see a black guy, he's got dreads. Look at that car. That car is a badunk car. Look at that. I bet you know what? He's got a gun in it. If not a gun, he's got dope in it. He's probably doing something wrong. He's on probation or parole. Is it reasonable for me to think that way? It can be if I'm an officer who's in charge with enforcing the law, and I feel that, hey, that's a reasonable conclusion for me to draw. And if it is, I'll pull him over, because now the Fourth Amendment said he's only required to be free from unreasonable searches, but I just did the reasoning, and I find I'm going to pull him over, so I do. Now, what happens there is the problem. And what we see is this driving while black thing. That's how that came up, where you didn't need any more than that. So the Fifth Amendment then kicks in. What does that give us the right to do? Remain silent, not incriminate yourself. An attorney. Understand, this right is probably the most important right that you have, and it's the right to shut the hell up. Adults versus children. Guess what? If you're a child, if you're a minor, do not ask for your mama. Your mama will not come. You ask for a lawyer. You can see over and over again, and I got to skip false confessions, I got to go to the 6. But you will see over and over again children being manipulated by officers because it's great policy to lie to people. And you can lie to children. It's okay. In fact, you know what? It's an honored police practice. So, the Sixth Amendment, you got a right to a lawyer. Gideon told us that. Case of Gideon was an individual who was charged in the 60s, and we said after Gideon, if you're charged with felony or misdemeanor, you're going to have a lawyer. The problem is, it may be a public defender and someone you don't know, but you do have a right to a lawyer. So, here is the exercise. Here it is, the power of consent. Do you understand that every encounter with police officers would be consensual unless you determine what are the parameters of that encounter? Don't believe these television shows and these movies. When you say I want a lawyer, the officer must stop interrogating, stop what they're doing. And here's how it works on a traffic stop. Cop pulls you over. I'm not saying anything. You know why? Because I don't have to right then. Now that First Amendment's kicking in, I think I'm gonna shut the hell up though. Because most of the time the problem is this. What you pull me over for? Why you messing with me? It's because if there's something going on, they're going to tell you. So you wait. The officer says something to you. The first thing, am I free to go? And the officer, hell no, I got you at gunpoint. What are you talking about? Then I want my lawyer. Now, you know what the officers have to do? They gotta huddle up. All right, huddle up. Did he do anything wrong? I don't know. Did he? I don't know. He exercised his rights. I don't know. Can we search? I don't know. We don't have probable cause. He didn't say anything. He didn't argue with us. I can't shoot him. They got to huddle up. They got to figure out, well, what went on? Because that's where you leave that conversation. The only thing you have to do is name, rank, serial number. That's it. Give them your ID. But you shut the hell up. Because whatever is going to happen is going to happen. If they've got probable cause to arrest you, they're going to do it, whether you said something or not. The only reason they want you to talk is to admit to a crime. That's it. You're not offending the cop. In fact, the cop would be like, God damn, you're smart. Whoa, who taught you your rights? Because most of the time, stupid people be just telling me anything. I didn't do it. Billy did it, though. shut the hell up. All you should say is, I want my lawyer. And you know what? If they don't listen to you, you say it again. I want my lawyer. Say it in a different tone. I want my lawyer. You know what I want? I want my lawyer. Play with them. Because here's the point. You don't fight your battle, your legal battle, on the street corner. You don't fight it in the interrogation room. You fight it when you get your lawyer, and your lawyer looks at everything and says, they had no cause to stop you. So that cocaine in your pocket, the illegal gun, the body in your trunk, they gotta suppress it. Can't use it against you. Now people always say, well, damn it, Keith, why are you telling people how to commit crimes and get away with it? I'm not telling you anything. I am teaching you your rights under the Constitution, that it belongs to everybody. So you either be safe, live, or you fool around and maybe you die. So you'd make that choice. Because a right will lie dormant until you exercise it.